assume we're in side control, right? Why do we want to get to side control or mount? Any of those positions? Anyone here? Control. But what is it about all those positions that they have in common? Yes. What are we trying to take out of the equation? Right, his legs. Right? So the legs are your two most powerful limbs in the body, right? So just keep that in mind, right? So when we're in side control here, I typically like to use knee on belly as a way to keep his legs away from from being able to use his legs and recovering his guard. Does that make sense? So sometimes when you're on knee on belly, it's tempting to just try and use your knees to put a lot of weight into your opponent, right? Oftentimes what ends up happening is you lose focus on your weight distribution, and if you put too much weight on top of your opponent, especially if your center of mass is high, if he bridges, go ahead and bridge, I'm going to start to lose my balance. Okay? So typically, the timing that I like to use for knee on belly is when he starts to turn towards me, right? So he's trying to turn towards me, so he can start to bring his knee up, right? And as soon as I feel he's giving me a strong reaction towards my direction here, okay, I'm just gonna slide my knee up. Go ahead and turn. And I'm just bringing this up here, but I'm not putting too much weight on his hip. Most of my weight's actually gonna be on the ball of my foot. Okay. And this is where we're going to start from. Okay? So anytime I advance to another position, right, he's gonna react in several different ways, right? And I want each of my reactions stemming from this position here, just from my basic knee on belly. Okay? So the first one we're going to go over is just a common one, just a common counter to a common defense, right? So for him, he wants to get my knee off my leg here. Okay? So one of his first reactions, okay, is most likely going to be like pushing my knee off. Okay. So as he's pushing my knee off, if you ever go for an arm bar, right, the temptation is to go real quick. Okay. So the only difference I want you guys to make here is when he goes for an arm bar, I want you to resist pushing. Right? When he pushes, I just want you to try to keep me on belly for as long as you can. What I'm looking for here is for him to get his shoulder off the mat, right? As soon as if he starts to put his hand on my knee, right, and I start to armbar right away, cat's out of the bag, he's gonna make his elbow real heavy, and now I don't have the armbar off. Okay? So what I want you guys to focus on is as he's starting to push into my knee here, go ahead, I'm trying to hold. And so one way for me to hold is as I'm on, when I'm on knee on belly, I'm going to hold his knee and his collar, right? And I'm just going to pull myself in. And as he's pushing me, right, I'm looking for his shoulder to really turn towards me, right? So really go ahead, right. He's going to start to hit out. As he does, look, that's when I'm going to scoop my hand underneath his tricep, and I'm going to keep his elbow towards my rib. And because his back's off the mat, I'm going to have an easier time spinning around for the arm bar. Okay? So one more time. Knee on belly. Starts to turn towards me. I just slide my knee up. One more time. Disable. So slow motion. So he starts to turn towards me. Look. I just slide this up. Okay? Now, once I'm here, look. It's an easy thing for my hand just to slide and grip the lapel and the top of his knee here. Okay? So again, most of my weight is on the ball of my foot here. Okay? Okay, so he starts to make his way towards like pushing my knee off. I'm gonna kind of resist. I'm gonna lower my chest onto my thigh here, right? And as he starts to push, I'm pulling hook. And as soon as his back's off the mat, that's the timing I look for when I scoop this up. Okay? So now when he realizes what mistake he's made, when he tries to bring his elbow back to the mat, it's too late. His back's already off the mat here. Now I can step over and go ahead and go for my arm. Any questions? Again, so again, I'm not really going to go for this arm bar until I feel that I can't keep a decent knee on belt, right? So even though he's starting to turn into me, right? Let's say like right halfway here, this is still not really enough for me to want to go for the arm bar, right? As everybody knows, as soon as I start going here, he's going to bring his elbow to the mat and get real head. Okay? So let's say I made a decent attempt at going for a arm bar. He's starting to turn towards me here, right? And for whatever reason, I couldn't quite get this in fast enough, and he decides, like, oh shit, don't turn towards him. He might start to react very much in the opposite direction, okay? So let's say now I have him on belly, and he starts to roll away from me, okay? So as he starts to roll away from me, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep my knee on his torso here, and I'm gonna follow him all the way until he gets to his knees. So he starts to turn away from me. As he starts to turn away from me, there's gonna be a space here. I'm gonna drop his footing and insert my what you call twister. Okay. And from here, look, I just shoot his hand in. I'm gonna grab his hand. I usually like to grab all 5 fingers together, pin it to his chest, right? And if there's too much momentum going in the direction that he's turning, I'm just gonna spin with him, and then add in my foot. Okay? If not, I can also use this twister hook and just straighten the leg. So I'm gonna lean my weight back, and I'm just gonna straighten this leg, just like this. Okay? So when I have a twister hook and his opposite side hand, it's not a complete back take, but it's a good amount of control. Because if he turns this way, go ahead and turn to your left, my foot is keeping him from turning this way. And when he rolls over to the right, I have control of his hand here, right? And so now I have a good amount of time to start inserting my hook. Okay? So one more time. I'm going to follow and shoot this hook like so. And then he continues to roll. Look. Just make sure that you keep your knee on the side of his torso here. If not, if he stays on his knees here, lean back and extend your knees. Knee on belly, turns away from you, look. Right? As he continues to roll, make sure that you get your knee underneath his torso here. Keep the roll, and then insert your knee. Okay? Alright. Alright? And he starts to get to his knees, that's when I start to bring my hook in. Alright? So, just be careful that when you get to this position here, before I get this hook in, he might try and beat me to the punch by spinning a little faster than I can chase him back, right? So if I'm not careful and he turns quicker than I can anticipate him turning, right? So as soon as he starts to go ahead, he's trying to get this back to the mat, now I'm going to be stuck in halfway, right? So before that happens, that's why I need to be very sensitive about which direction his body is starting to rotate, right? So once I'm here, as soon as I start to feel him turn this way here, I want my knee, one side of my knee here on the side of his torso, right? And I want to drive my knees kind of into the space. So as he starts to turn, he can make that complete turn, so I have a chance of getting my hook. So, kind of look at the big picture here. So generally speaking, like when I'm in side control or knee on belly, my main concern isn't really about how much weight that I'm placing on my opponent's chest, right? So if I just, or if you guys just try this like experiment out, let's say you're trying to pin your opponent without any arms, it's going to be nearly impossible, right? So if I try to pin Eugene with just my weight here, it's going to be nearly impossible to prevent him from escaping. So go ahead and try to escape. That's no matter how quick, look at how fast he gets inside. Okay? So my main concern is placing wedges around his body, right? So usually when I'm in side control, and especially if he's an opponent who's very physically reactive, right? I usually like to place my one hand behind his neck, one hand behind his right hip, okay? And I try to keep my knee on the other side of his hip. So I'm trying to sandwich his hip between my knee and my wrist, or even my elbow. Make sense? And so, so I'm trying to keep my wedges in place, and at the same time, almost feel like I'm floating on top of my opponent, right? So when I'm in side control here, and he feels that I'm light enough that he can maybe try and bench me off, or try to bench me off to the side or upwards, right? All I have to do is go ahead, just bring this knee up, right? Just do not allow his knees to get back to recover his guard. Make sense? Okay. Now once we're here, he can react very strongly in several ways, right? He can try to turn away from me. He can try to turn towards me and try and push my knee off. Okay. So let's go over one more thing we can do for when, let's say for example, he doesn't react, right? He's fairly comfortable being here. For whatever reason, he's got abs steel. I can't get him to feel like I'm comfortable. Okay. Here's one attack that I like to go for while I have my initial grip here. So that initial collar grip that I had around his neck, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. Right? Now, let's say for whatever reason he's not guarding his neck, or maybe he's pushing my knee off, trying to push my knee off his torso, right? But he's not pushing it strong enough where I don't feel like uncomfortable about keeping me on belly, right? So now he's leaving his neck kind of rather exposed. So what I'm going to do here is take this hand and just shove it in, palm up, okay? And I want my hands nice and close, okay? Once I can get these grips, it's pretty much a done deal here. He might start to recognize that there's something going on. He might try and bring his hands in between, okay? Just like this. But it doesn't matter. What I'm going to do now is use this knee and start to slide this down this way, here. And then I'm going to, so my knee's clearing his arm here, okay? And all I do from here is I'm just going to go ahead and turn and place my head on his torso here. And then finish the choke. Okay, so one more time. So I slide up the knee on belly, okay? He has his hands here, right? I already have my hand behind his collar on the back of his neck. I'm just gonna slide this hand down, and if he decides to try and defend preemptively, I'm just gonna bring my knee towards the center here and cut through his bicep, okay? Once his arm's cleared, look, I'm just gonna turn, bring my head down, and finish the choke. Okay? Any questions?